over the last year, I've talked to a number of people who believed that the coronavirus, Donald Trump, wars, natural disasters, they were all signs of the coming apocalypse. And it's interesting because the Bible does have apocalyptic literature. And people use numbers and events and timing, and they start believing that it's the end times. And there are more than a few people of religious responsibility, pastors, priests, and whatnot, who will preach that they believe it's the end times. And then people start getting crazy and they start worrying when the Mayan calendar ended at 2012. Well, at the end of when 2012 came, that was it. We were all going to die. Nothing happened. The Y2K bug, where, the turn of the millennium and people were having end of the world parties. The Old Testament does have apocalyptic views in it. And Isaiah, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, Joel, Zechariah, Daniel, Habakkuk, they all have their own visions of the coming of the Lord, the coming of the end times, when peace will be restored after a great tribulation, or as some people say, the rapture. In the New Testament, Matthew and Mark, 2 Thessalonians, and of course Revelation talk about this. And it's called eschatological. It's relating to death and the prophecy of the end times. So let me run down just in Revelation. You go to chapter 19, verse 11. I'm not going to read these, but the heaven opened. God judges and makes war. A fiery flame. His head, he had many crowns, and a name written that no one knew but himself. He had blood on his robe. Armies of heaven followed on white horses. From his mouth came a sharp sword, and with it he would strike the nations. He shepherds with an iron scepter, and his robe on his thigh, he has written King of Kings and Lord of Lords. Sounds like a beginning of the Messiah. And so, even Jesus talks about this in Matthew. If you believe the Gospels are, true, Matthew 24:34, Jesus says, "Truly I say to you, this generation will not pass away until all these things take place." Well, that wasn't true.